Good evening, everyone. This session is on case writing in mediation. We find very few caselets for study and for teaching in mediation. So that's why I thought we should have a session on case writing in mediation. So let's go through this PowerPoint slide to have a brief overview of how we can go about it. So the first thing is, let's make most of our cases have a realistic approach. First of all, there is this introduction. First, what we have to do is we have to set the scene of the story. It's like story writing. You just sit and imagine, how could this be? How could that be? And you introduce your case. Set the context in which the case is set. Who, what, where, when, and so on. Just let's imagine, because we are in the education sector, we are having a case of two students who are not able to get along, and they are coming to us for mediation. So before that, we need to know the story of each one of them. What is it that they do? What are their names? And where do they stay? And when did they meet, or when did they meet? What do they do otherwise? And so on. The historical background, the familial, business, and so on. Now, when we are talking of these two students, we can give a brief introduction about their families. So let's imagine that the girl is Rupa and the girl is, let us say, Ramya. So Rupa, she stays in this particular colony, and she stays with her uncles, aunts, and so many cousins, brothers, sisters, and so on. And Ramya, on the other hand, she stays with her parents in an apartment complex in somewhere, wherever. This is an imaginary story. I'm just speaking off the hand. Then you go into details, the places, the persons, the activities, and the context. So then you tell, okay, so the day in Rupa's life begins with her getting up in the morning. She goes to the temple with her grandfather and grandmother, and then she helps her mother in chopping the vegetables. See, we are covering other persons, we are covering other activities, we are covering the context and the places, going to the temple. Similarly, in the case of Ramya, she goes to the tennis workshop along with her mother, who drives her to the tennis academy every day. So here we are having the activities, and we are setting the context for the two participants or the characters in the story. And then we have subsidiary characters. We can go at length about the grandparents that Rupa is very much attached to, and similarly how Ramya is attached to, like she spends all her time with her mother because her father is busy doing business, and it's her mother with whom she spends most of the time. So this is an imaginary story, and then this as an introduction, we go to the next part. What is the problem and when did it occur? These two girls are very good friends, They take a bus to the Kumaran school in Bengaluru. They go every day in the school bus and they are great friends. They've been in school from class third or fourth together last 3-4 years, and almost everything that they do together in school. They have their lunch together in school. They prepare for their examinations together in school, and they share whatever it is that they have, their secrets, their friends, and everything that they have, they share in the school. And there are no secrets between the two students. And everyone in the school is jealous, and they are not they are not able to come in between the two friends. That's the extent of their friendship. And one of them comes first, and let us say Ramya comes first, and Rupa, she helps Ramya in her mathematics assignments or science assignments, whatever it is, because she's good in mathematics. And Ramya, she is a sports person because she goes to the tennis academy. So because sports is compulsory, she helps Rupa in the running races and things like that. So that's the introduction. Now suddenly something has happened that has spoiled this beautiful friendship between them. Now some step taken that has not given the expected, desired and planned results. What is the result of this step? Is it a problem, and what did you do that the problem surfaced? Now, this is the equilibrium state that I described. Now, suddenly you find that the two friends are not friends anymore. Something has happened that has disturbed this particular equilibrium. It may be that one of them is not able to assist the other person in the home assignments, or we need to find out what is it that created this particular problem. We can describe it in the story, but the mediator needs to delve on why is it that this particular rift happened between these two people. Now, history of the problem. Did the problem occur any time before? Now, we have stated that the two of them have been friends for long, but we need to find out, did something like this happen before and how was it solved? Like in case, it's not always that this kind of equilibrium is there, although superficially it may be there. Once in a way, common fights between friends are common. Then how was it solved? Was it that a teacher intervened? Or was it that the mother of Rupa and mother of Ramya, they got together and tried to find out? This is one of the reasons. Or it is possible that Rupa went to her grandmother and told her that this is what happened. And this can be a number of ways. These are just ideas offhand. And in case it is the first time, what did you do to solve the issue? So these are the areas that I stated. It may have happened earlier also. In case it is the first time, what is it that you as a teacher did to solve the issue? Describe how the other party reacted, what they said or did, Did not say or did not do. Use language and active listening to describe. Yeah. Now these two people are students are fighting, and it's happening for the first time. And once the fight has started, they are hurling abuses against one another. Like for example, Ramya may say, you're not help, you don't know a thing about games. You don't have the energy to run in the running race, and it's I who help you. Similarly, Rupa may say, and you are telling me you don't know 1 and 1 is 2 in mathematics. And it is because of me you kept passing in every exam. And you are telling me, this is the kind of language that they are using, how they are reacting, what is it that they said, what is it that they did not say or did not do. Now they go in the same school bus. But earlier they used to sit on the same seat, holding hands and, chatting. But now they do not go, they go in the same school bus, but they do not share what is close to their heart. So this is the history of the problem. Now, impact of the problem indicate the superficial impact, reasons visible to all. Often these are monetary or tangible. Like in this case, the external result of this is that Rupa is not able to run the races in school. She's not able to participate to the extent that the school requires, which is mandatory as part of physical exercise. She's not able to do it. She's not able to do it. And then this girl, Ramya, although she's an athletic person, she's good in sports, she is not able to do well academically in her examinations in her class. So this is the superficial impact, that is the tangibles that everybody is watching and seeing. And what do you intend to do to resolve it? Now, the public stance that you take on it, you say, okay, both of you have to settle the issue, and then you take the issue first to the class monitor, and then you take it to the class teacher, and then you take it to the class principal. Now, what is the true reason for the problem known as the interest, known only to you here? Now, the reason why this fight has occurred is because at home in Rupa's house, her grandmother is not well like before. So she's very upset. She's attached to her grandmother quite a bit. And because her grandmother is not well, her grandfather keeps scolding her all the time. He is also upset. They don't go to the temple every day, and the workload on Rupa has increased at home. So she's not able to take care of herself the way she used to. And then they used to share, Rupa and Ramya, they used to share lunch box every day. And Ramya's mother, being someone who was taking her daughter to tennis classes and for physical exercises, she used to pack, nutritious food like apples and, nutritious juices and so on. Earlier, they used to have their lunch together, and as a result of this, Ramya used to have a bit of the apples and, nutritious food that Rupa used to bring to school every day. Ramya used to bring every day. So they used to chat and they were very happy. Now, because of problems at home, her mother is busy taking care of her grandmother. And as a result of this, it is Rupa who is doing most of the cooking, and she's tired. She's not able to study. She's not able to take care of herself. Her health is going down. Now, on the other hand, Ramya's mother, she's upset that the grades of her daughter are coming down. And she has been scolding their daughter because almost nobody in her circle of friends, she's an only daughter, no one in her circle of friends who has children of that age, they all of them are doing well, and they all go to English speaking schools, and they all of them are doing well. Her husband is a senior functionary, and it's upsetting for her to see that her daughter is not doing as well in academics as she would want to. So these are two aspects that the two girls are facing. And because she doesn't get help from Rupa, Ramya is not able to do as well in academics. So these are uppermost places issues in the heart and mind of the two girls. So what is the interest here? The interest here is, in the case of Rupa, she is too tired. She needs some kind of rest. She needs some good food to energize her. And more importantly, she needs a friend with whom she can talk about her concerns about the issues at home. That is, her grandmother not well, and mother getting upset, grandfather getting upset, and she's not able to go to the temple, which gives her a lot of peace. So these are some of her issues, which are the driving force for her. And for Ramya, her inability to stand up to the expectations in academics by her mother and also her father, that is what is troubling her a lot. And even in her case, it's a case of friendship. So this is how you weave the story, the known inner to you, known only to you, and affects the inner you, has uppermost place in your heart and mind. So I'm telling you the story from two perspectives. You need to write the story of each person. One girl, this is her introduction, it's her story, and the other girl's story will be the story of B, story of Rupa, and story of Ramya. Now, what are the different options you are willing to explore to resolve the problem? So when one is writing this, we have to mention what Rupa thinks can be the solution to the problem that they are facing. Why is it that they fought? So what is it that can be done to facilitate the friendship like how it was before? Similarly, we have to state the different options, different choices that Ramya has in mind in order to settle the issue, because they are good friends. So both the issues you need to write and repeat on slides 2 to 8 for the two parties. Weave the information into a story with two separate characters. So what I mentioned here, I request you to go through these slides individually and write your own stories. Story 1 is from 1 to 2 to 8. And again, keep the same slides and what is happening in the life of the other person, and try to keep about 3 areas common which can be discussed and which can be the meeting point between the two people. And these issues will be coming into force, into fore, when the mediator is asking questions. He should ask, okay, so what happened? So you're getting tired? Yeah. So what is it that could be done to make sure that you're not so tired? That could be a question by the mediator. We need to weave the story so that when the mediator asks such questions, there are answers in the story. So we need to have the two perspectives. After that, read the story, reread it, proofread it, revise and check. And check for any inconsistencies in structure. You have to close your eyes and visualize, yeah, this is a girl staying with her grandparents and her mother and father going to the temple. The picture will be different. It comes to your into your head. And then you have this other girl going to the tennis academy with her mother driving her to the tennis academy, a busy father in a very senior position. So you need to weave the story, think from that angle, put your place there, yourself in that place there, and think about the inconsistencies in structure, inconsistency in flow and content, and whether you made a clear statement. And in the stories, please make it a point to put in active listening areas. Like, for example, Rupa, she is not attentive in class anymore. Both of them, they are not attentive in class. They are not taking instructions. So the teacher notices that they are not bothered. And then Rupa, she's coming with her hair not plaited properly. Oil is not put on her head. Earlier, she used to come with her 2 plaits done up nicely, and the matching color ribbons, which are a part of the dress code of the school and uniform. And now you find the girl coming now and then with her hair disheveled. And on the other hand, you also see her shoes are not polished properly. And in the case of Rupa, Ramya, the daughter of the tennis academy person, you can describe her behavior in some other way, that because of the stress, she's putting on nail paint in her on her nails, something that is not allowed, and because of the stress she's doing it. And she's biting her lips all the time. Teacher notices that she's biting her lips all the time, the lower lip all the time, as though she's under stress all the time. So these are some of the areas of active listening which the teacher notices. So you can add on to more such behaviors. And missing components of the analysis. So when we are finding solutions, we need to get answers from the story that you are giving. Because the mediator and the two sides, they will be sitting, and the teacher has to be able to explain the concepts of mediation through the story that you are writing and submitting. So the missing components, all areas, how interest, the motivation, underlying need is there in a person, that has to be emphasized. The areas of active listening and opening statement, what the 2 students come and tell the teacher in the first opening statement, what they come and tell the teacher, and what is the true reason, and what are the different solutions that each of them thinks, whether they are according to the school regulations, All of this has to come in the components of analysis. It has to be woven into the story. And after that, evidence you provide is relevant. So it has to be in the context of the story. And writing the heading and title of the case, it should be the same as on the cover page. Title of the case study should be the same as on the cover page. And cases could be on any of these areas. Apartment, lease deed, landlord-tenant, property, matrimonial, child custody, family, education, hospitality, beauty care, commercial, environment, information technology, medical, employment related, heritage and tourism, anything that you can think about. Now, at the end of it, write the title of your case study, the area covered, that is under which area it comes. And then you write the name of the case writer, the class studying in, name of educational institution, name of the coach or teacher, and name of educational institution. So these are the areas that you need to fill in and keep the case study ready. I know I told the participants that the case study should be in informal language, but this is just too much. Any clown can become a mediator. Even this can be written. If the parties feel so, they can write it. So this is about the case writing session. So I request all of you to go through these slides and share this with everyone in school. We are likely to have a case writing competition shortly. So this will be announced, and that's why I'm including this case study part. And I'll also put another talk with a sample case study. You can just keep that as a guideline. And in that particular YouTube video, there will not be anything else. It will be only one sample case study. What I'll do is I'll just upload the landlord-tenant case as it was written. What you saw was how it was enacted. And in the uploaded YouTube video, you will just see the landlord and tenant case as it was written, right? Okay, so thank you so much. And I think with this, we are concluding the awareness program sessions. And I can't tell you how much, it means to me and to all of us. And thank you all so much for your time. Okay, bye.